Hello, people. This is a video by me, Skater Novus Anyone, and in this, I'll just be talking about personal log for the day. Basically, I went through a lot of learning stages today. Not stages per se, but perspectives that I've learned for myself, and it's quite interesting how they work. Um, Recently, my dad just went on an airplane back to Cali. He's going to do his business ventures there. So I'm here and I'm going to try to actually work in the business. But that's a different characteristic of me, different persona, different Andrew Garcia that does his own thing. I have other platforms too that I haven't used in a while, but I'm going to focus on this Skater Nova 91 because I've been pretty interested in the certainly non-valued perspective of how I felt this during how I feel. It's quite intriguing, quite interesting, and I feel great. I feel as if I'm saying the things that I want to say, but I have to focus deeper. Well, not deeper per se, but you think there's a deep, but then there's even deeper. And sometimes when you do that, past trauma tries to get into you, such as religious trauma and egoic trauma and all that stuff. Also, psychotic trauma that you feel whenever you used to probably meditate or watch Leo Gura's videos or different dumb, I don't like to call them dumb, but illogical people on the interwebs, such as YouTube, that tried to kind of say that you gotta go to your highest value, become a valuable man, go for the gold, become successful, be authentic, be genuine. Lots of stuff like that. It's quite
Can you
irritating.
help me?
Yeah, I can help you.
What's that say? Right here under oven. What?
Preheat 375
375 for how long? How
for
long to cook?
75 minutes.
75 minutes?
Yeah,
Does it say 75?
yeah.
Okay.
So, lost track of what I was saying, but I could do videos all day. This can be good content. I could get used to this. This feels great. But, just everything that these spiritual teachers and gurus say is just too much, putting too much value on stuff like that. You get too addicted, you get too wish-washy, and you get too compelled by these. It's like you have to realize that you don't have to put so much value on the spirit or soul because it will leave you sometimes and it will come back. It's never there, certainly. It's never there by your side always. And a lot of people say, you put yourself here. This was your plan. Like, no. That's your idea of fate. And fate doesn't exactly exist in the way we think. Karma doesn't exist. Dharma doesn't exist. None of that is really true. So we have to learn stuff for ourselves and create our own environment instead of being fed by big pharma, by tech, corporate America. I'm saying this for the whole entire world, though. But maybe other worlds too. If there's any other worlds that can watch this, who knows? But you have to cultivate your own kind of perspective and not try to make it so religious. or put too much faith in stuff. That's why we put tools in front of absurdism to try to hide away from the absurdity, when when in fact absurdism is so much like nihilism, so much like existentialism. They're too much alike. Their values are too similar, and that's because we say this air is nothing, the sky is nothing. That's where we came up for the word sunyata. It's from the Sunya, Sephiris, Zero. All those names are interconnected. They connect with each other. And it really teaches you that we can't just judge things and believe everything that we hear. We even astrophysicists and scientists, you should trust them in a certain way, but they just jump to conclusions a lot. They just question if the universe was actually as old as they thought, and it's baffling them. Nobody's really talking about this, and I have no idea why. It's irritating. Nobody's focusing on the value of science because it has no real value, because it's more concentrated on truth in essence. It is one of the most truthful things, but that's the most and least kind of thing. Science can't be the exact focus because you have to focus on mathematics too, or music, or all that stuff. So there's a lot of different categories to focus on. I doubt we even need a school. I doubt we even need school to teach us all these things. But then we get to a holistic kind of perspective of the world, and kind of like this problem with, like, becoming enlightened and stuff is not a path I seek. Becoming endarkment, I don't seek. I don't seek the middle path either. I just am aware of it, and I'm not a watcher either. So you keep on figuring out what things you're not and what things you are. Still binary. You get stuck in all these perspectives, and then you believe something that Leo Girl would say. You fought for all these traps in personal development. There's all this, it's a maze, and then you get all into that. You're setting yourself for failure when you shouldn't be failing like that on purpose. Really just pretending that you can have fun and do all these things when you should really be creating your own structure, your own perception, and learning from others too. But not thinking that everything is inherently your teacher. Not focusing on, well, you can learn from different prospects and different perspectives, but honestly, it takes time. Slow time. Slow. Concentration. We're not concentrating on a single task. Not concentrating on multitasking. Absolutely no multitasking. Absolutely no singular tasking. So you have to kind of suddenly understand the Buddha path a little bit but the thing is you can't be attached to it like a limerent. That's what we have, limerents, a lot of us. We have limerent objects that we're obsessed with. Constantly we're obsessed, and we keep on gravitating towards it all the time. And then thinking that humans are like magnets where we attract and repel. Those are just too much of this primitive ideas, you know? When in ideology, logic and reasoning all go back to many things, teaching you that there is probably a justified moral perspective that goes for a lot of life forms, and we're not ruled by this immoral system that a lot of primitive people on the planet go through. They still value family and all that stuff, but when we focus on what we value more and actually learn stuff and build and create in a slow manner, like, it just blows your mind, because people start to do things that you've seen elsewhere, not exactly the same. So we do stuff where we're not a different type of same of the other sames that we are, but not connected to people like that. Not everyone is you, and consciousness is not one thing. It's not unity, because we base it and we don't question it when we should be questioning a lot of stuff. So if you ever want to get into spirituality or understand it, I'm not going to, but you have to get to a level of empirical understanding where you can judge it, but not exactly judge it, but kind of see it without being attached. So, but understanding the attachment, obviously. Anyways, I have to go. That's the video for today. Thanks.